Omo, make una come see something. Oh. You know that kind of thing when person feels say him be the biggest masquerade for his village, but suddenly another masquerade from the neighboring country come blow whistle say, my friend, come explain how you take the share the communal soup. This news about Justice Binta Nyako and the United Nations be like when headmaster calls senior prefect for assembly ground, make he come explain why he dey collect junior students' bread.
Hold it there, my brother, Dr. Oluwatosin. Let me also shock you again from a very reliable source. You can as well verify this information from the New Hemisphere newspaper online or new tabloids, online newspapers. There is a wave of celebration from Sokoto down to Biafra land and to every part of the world where Biafrans dwell. And what is the celebration all about? It is all about Justice Binta Nyako. We all know her antecedents. I don't have to go into details to tell you whom she is, but I tell you why she has been summoned by the United Nations. First reason, because she knows the truth and she refused to say the truth. I have reported to us on this my platform 2022 precisely, when this Binta Nyako or whatever she called herself meet Dr. Sam Amade and told Dr. Sam Amade that this case is going nowhere, that Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. This woman knows this truth, but she refused to speak out. She refused to voice out to the international community because all of them have compromised. Now, the chicken don't return home to roast. United Nations have summoned her. Come and explain to us why you cannot defend what you call your profession, because as a lawyer, you are meant to stand on the truth, to deliver your justice to the common man, not because of what you stand to gain, but at least to set a precedent that others should follow. This woman refused to voice out. This woman also refused to grant justice to Nnamdi Kanu, all in a bid to save her husband and her first son, who is in the custody of DSS for corruption charges. So now, the information we are getting here from Dr. Oluwatosin, a close ally to Asorok, says, and I quote, the United Nations have summoned Justice Binta Nyako. When this news broke out to in Sokoto prison to Nnamdi Kanu, there was a wave of celebration, including Biafra land. Even I myself, when I found the news, I share it on our own WhatsApp group in this country. My brother, there is celebration everywhere. What we keep hearing on the comment section is congratulations to Nnamdi Kanu, congratulations to Biafrans. We are making a headway. We are winning the fight. This is what keep coming as the comments. I don't know what you're going to say about this. Or maybe you are part of those who will come and tell me now that this is a fake news. Always fake news. My brother, continue to deceive yourself until you can hear you can actual fake news and the real news. Don't worry, we know what we are doing. But you that is calling it fake news, you don't know what you are doing. Because if you know what you are doing, you will have stand with us at any point in time. If the likes of Bayo Nonoga, Buala, Reno Mokiri, FFK, Facebook Akpam should stand with Tunumbo and all the whole lies. But I'm not telling you to stand with me. For me, I mean, okay, let's put it this way. You are not getting anything for standing with me. And the fact is not, I'm not lying to you. These are real facts out there. You can verify. I don't know how you make your own verification. But try to upgrade your research when you are making all this kind of research. There are some tools you need also. Everything is not about Google. Because anything now, Wikipedia, Google. Please let us listen to this completely. Before then, we'll come back here to discuss more. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media handles.
He reached to shout chai because the matter don't shift from Abuja, go straight to New York. If you be Nigerian or you be Biafran, you know say this matter about Nnamdi Kanu and Justice Nyako don't take for court like when person they boil beans when no grease soft. Now the big eyes of the world don't open and the UN say they won't hear word from the woman herself. People they say finally the hunter don't become the person where they want interview.
Of course.
This one no be small gist though, because if UN start to ask question, even the world go get ear. This thing matter to us because justice for Nigeria sometimes be like fuel price. Today it go up, tomorrow it go come down. But the common man no they ever see the benefit. If the person where they judge the matter come they answer question for international level, you know say something heavy don't land for ground.
Okay.
I be David, your anchor for today, and we get plenty things to talk about this recent update. Today we are looking into the reports that Justice Binta Nyako has been invited by the United Nations for what they describe as discussions on justice and judicial integrity. This is coming as a massive shock to many in the legal and political space, especially considering her long history with the trial of the leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. For years, the world has watched the courtroom drama in Abuja, but now the stage has moved to a much bigger platform. To understand the weight of this development, we must look at the context of judicial independence in Nigeria. Reports indicate that the United Nations headquarters invited Justice Nyako to engage in deep discussions regarding the state of the judiciary in Nigeria, specifically focusing on how fairness and human rights are handled within the court system. This invitation is not just a casual meeting. According to political commentators and observers close to the matter, the UN is looking to verify if the Nigerian court system truly operates without external influence from the executive branch of government.
Okay.
You see, the integrity of a judge is the last hope of the common citizen.
Thank you.
When international bodies like the UN step in, it usually signifies that there are concerns about whether the standards of international law are being met. The timing of this invitation is particularly striking because it follows Justice Nyako's decision to recuse herself from Nnamdi Kanu's case in September 2024.
Okay.
For those who followed the proceedings, you will remember the heated moments in court when Kanu himself stood up and told the judge that he had lost confidence in her ability to give him a fair trial. He accused the court of failing to obey the orders of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. When a defendant at that level loses faith in the bench, it creates a ripple effect that touches on the very foundation of the rule of law. The UN interview reportedly focused on these specific issues of judicial independence and whether judges are guided strictly by the law or by political pressure. Nnamdi Kanu and his followers go to dance Rugede now. You know, say for Biafra side, they talk am for years. Say the trial no get head or tail. People they say the way the thing take happen, it be like say the court and the government they do like 5 and 6. Now where UN say make Justice Nyako come explain her side. It be like when teacher catch person where they copy for exam, then the teacher say, oh yeah, come show me how you take get your answer. This one don't pass Abuja grammar. Oh, this one na international matter. The way Kanu fans they react, you go think say today na Christmas. They feel say this one na proof say their leader no just they talk for talking sake, but say truly international eyes they see waiting they happen for Nigerian courts. During the reported interview at the UN, Justice Nyako reportedly emphasized that it is the duty of every judge to remain unbiased and independent. She maintained that the law should be the only guiding light for any judicial officer. This is a powerful statement, but it also opens up more questions about the practical application of these principles in high-profile political cases. The UN discussion also touched on a very important social aspect, which is the participation of women in the judiciary. Justice Nyako has long been a proponent of gender equality and has supported the idea of having more female representation on the bench to ensure a more balanced and empathetic approach to justice. However, the main focus for many remains the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. Analysts suggest that the UN may have specifically questioned her about her role in the case before she stepped down. The world wants to know why court orders are sometimes ignored in Nigeria and why a trial of such significance has lasted for over a decade without a final resolution. The UN's interest suggests that the global community is no longer content with just watching from the sidelines. They are now taking an active interest in the individuals who sit in judgment over cases that affect millions and the stability of the West African region. Imagine, say, for one village called Umudike, there be one man where they call Maziuche. Maziuche be quiet man, oh. He get one small land where they farm yam. Suddenly the village chief come say the land belong to the palace. Maziuche go the village tribunal, but the judge for the tribunal na the chief's cousin. Every time Maziuche talk, the judge go say, keep quiet, you know no law. Maziuche go shout, but the ancestors say this land na mine. The judge go say, the ancestors no follow me go law school. One day the king of the whole region, the one where everybody they fear, come send his messengers. He tell the judge, say, my friend, come the main palace. I want know why Maziuche's land still there for your hands since 7 years. The judge start to sweat for cold weather. That is exactly what this UN situation looks like. It is about accountability. When the person who is supposed to share the meat start to take the biggest part for himself, the head of the family must to call him for room, talk. This story of Maziuche reflects the frustration of many people in Nigeria and the Biafran region. People are tired of cases that never end and judgments that feel like they were written in the government house before the judge even entered the courtroom. The humor in the village is that the judge probably tried to tell the king's messengers that the law is technical, but the king just wants to know why there is no justice. We often laugh at these situations because if we no laugh, we go cry.
Of course.
Like when person they go court, he go first go buy lawyer wig and gown, but the judgment go come out like something from a Nollywood movie where the villain always wins until the very last scene. In a more professional sense, the involvement of the UN provides a platform for reform. If Justice Nyako is indeed being questioned about judicial integrity, it could lead to a situation where the Nigerian government feels more pressure to respect the independence of the courts. For the Biafran audience, this is seen as a major victory because it brings Nnamdi Kanu's case back into the international spotlight. It moves the conversation from the domestic issues of Nigeria to the global standard of human rights. Justice Nyako's career has been long and filled with high-profile cases, but none have defined her legacy as much as the Kanu trial. Her willingness to discuss gender equality and judicial integrity at the UN shows a desire to be seen as a reformer, yet the shadow of the Kanu trial follows her. The analysts believe that until there is a clear and fair resolution to the IPOB leader's case, the Nigerian judiciary will continue to face scrutiny from the international community. This invitation by the UN is a signal that the world is keeping score. My people, make we no lie, this matter long like Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. But wetin I know be say no matter how long the night long reach, morning must to come.
Of course.
Whether you be for Biafra or you be for Nigeria, everybody want the same thing, justice. We want a court where if you go know say your matter go settle based on truth, no be based on who you know or which oga give order from top. This UN move don't show say the world na global village and you know if you do something for your backyard, feel say nobody they look you.
Of course.
Justice Nyako for New York, that one alone na movie script. We dey wait make we see waiting the results of all this questioning go bring. For now, we go keep our eyes open because for this our country, the more you look, the less you see. But this time around, the eyes where they look done many past the ones where they hide. Stay tuned as we follow this matter go reach the end.
គ្រប់គ្រងប្រាក់រៀលជាមួយ ABA មានឱកាសឈ្នះរង្វាន់រាល់ខែ
Look deeper into why this international spotlight is shining so brightly on a single courtroom in Abuja. You see, the United Nations doesn't just wake up and decide to interview a judge from a member state unless there are recurring red flags that have reached a boiling point. For the people in the southeast, and indeed for many Nigerians who believe in the sanctity of the law, the trial of Nnamdi Kanu has been a litmus test for the country's democracy. When the UN invites a high-ranking judge like Justice Binta to discuss judicial integrity. It is sending a coded message to the Nigerian government that the world is no longer satisfied with the status quo. Abeg, make we talk true. If person tell you say UN call Nigerian judge for questioning, the first thing we go enter your mind na say something don burst.
Of course.
No be today wey we know say our court system sometimes dey move like person wey drink overnight palm wine. E go front small, e go come back, e go left, then e go park for one place. Now, imagine say you be Nnamdi Kanu follower. You don dey wait for years. You don see how they catch am for Kenya, how they bring am back, and how this case just dey drag like person wey dey pull Iroko tree with thread. Suddenly, you hear say the same judge where you feel say no gree give your leader justice don go New York go answer sir and ma to international people. Omo, the joy wey go catch you go pass the joy of person wey win lottery. People for Enugu, Aba, and Owerri go dey see God don catch them. Because for the layman, this one no be just meeting, na judgment day for the person wey dey feel say they hold their hope for hand. The core of this UN inquiry revolves around the principle of judicial independence. In a professional sense, this means that a judge must be free from any pressure, whether it comes from the president, the DSS, or even the public. But let's analyze the reality on the ground. Throughout the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, there have been numerous instances where the government refused to obey bail orders or failed to produce him in court when required. When a judge continues to preside over a case where the executive branch is openly defying the law, it raises questions about the power of that judge. The UN wants to know if Justice Nyako felt she had the power to actually enforce the law, or if she was simply following a script written by the powers that be. This matter don't enter gear 5 because international people know they look face. If you go their headquarters, you know fit talk say na order from above. They go ask you which above? Above the constitution? Above human rights? You know say for Nigeria, we get one thing where we they call technicality.
Okay.
That word don't kill many cases for our country. You go get evidence like mountain. But judge go say, because you no carry left hand touch your ear when you dey enter court, the case don't scatter. The UN people want know why these technicalities always they favor the government when it comes to political cases. They want know why person wey get bail no fit go house. If Justice Nyako talk say judges must be independent, the UN go ask am, Madam, for that Nnamdi Kanu case, you follow this your talk so? That is the part wey go make person sweat even inside AC. Let's talk about the recusal that happened in September 2024. To recuse yourself means to step down from a case because you feel you might be biased or because one of the parties has lost confidence in you.
Okay.
When Nnamdi Kanu stood up and shouted that he had no confidence in the court, it was a moment that shook the Nigerian legal system. For a judge to step down after years of presiding over a case is a massive admission that something is fundamentally broken.
Yes, something
The
is
UN
definitely wrong.
is likely digging into the events that led to that specific moment. Was there pressure from the government to keep him in detention despite the Supreme Court's nuances? Or was the judge simply tired of being the face of a trial that seemed to have no end in sight? You see, this Kanu matter don't turn to something where we they call strong meat. He had to chew, he had to swallow. When Justice Nyako says she won't do again, some people think say she run, other people think say she get conscience. But wait you know the funny part? Nigerian politics be like that movie where you go think say you don't finish, but then they go write to be continued for screen. The moment she stepped down, the case start to look like person where they find his way inside forest without torchlight. Now where you and call her, it be like say they don't bring big searchlight.
Oh my God.
If she talk say she stepped down for integrity's sake, then the next question go be, who tried to spoil that integrity?
Okay.
Omo, that one are the real cocoa of the matter. If she point finger, some people for Abuja go start to get running stomach. To bring this home, let me tell you a story about a man named Pa Ruben who lived in a small town near Onitsha. Pa Ruben had a son, Kene, who was arrested by the local police during a protest. For 3 years, Pa Ruben went to the magistrate court every week. He would wear his best wrapper, carry his walking stick, and sit at the back of the court. Each time the judge would say, "Case adjourned due to lack of witnesses," or "The prosecutor is on leave." Pa Ruben would look at the judge and say, "My son is innocent. Please let him come home." The judge would just look at his papers and say, "Call the next case." One day, a human rights group from the big city heard about Kene and sent a letter to the National Judicial Council. Suddenly, the case became very fast. In 2 weeks, the case was over. Pa Ruben later told his neighbors, the judge was not sleeping. He was just waiting for someone bigger than him to wake him up. This story is a reflection of the Nigerian reality. Sometimes our systems only work when external pressure is applied. Justice Binta Nyako is a very experienced judge, and her supporting gender equality in the judiciary is a noble cause. She has often spoken about how women can bring a different perspective to the bench, one that is perhaps more empathetic to human rights. But even this professional stance is being scrutinized. The UN wants to see if this advocacy for equality and integrity matches the actions taken in the most high-profile case of her career. You cannot talk about human rights on a global stage while people back home are questioning the fairness of your courtroom. Imagine say you be woman judge for Nigeria. You dey try to show say women fit do better than men. Then you get one case where the whole world they look. If you fall hand for that case, you don't fall hand for all the women where you say you they represent. That is why this UN interview is so important. If Justice Nyako can convince them that she acted with total independence, it might help the image of the Nigerian judiciary. But if the UN finds that there were gaps, it will be a big blow. Our people say, person wey carry person for back, no know say him own leg dey for ground. You fit think say you dey help government, but now your own reputation you dey use play ludo. From a news commentary angle, this development is a win for international diplomacy. It shows that the UN is paying attention to the specific complaints of the IPOB legal team and human rights observers who have filed countless petitions. The focus on fairness and judicial independence isn't just an academic exercise. It has real-world consequences for the peace and stability of Nigeria. If the trial of Nnamdi Kanu is perceived as a sham, it fuels anger and radicalization. If it is seen as fair, it can lead to reconciliation. The UN understands this, and that is why they are going straight to the source. Omo, make I tell you, some people for government office could they wonder now say, which one be UN again? They think say the world end for Asorok. But this news don't show say, even if you close your door for house, if you dey beat your pikin, the neighbors go hear the cry. The Nnamdi Kanu trial no be just Nigerian matter again. It don't become World Cup. And for this match, the referee, UN, don't call one of the linesmen, make she come explain why she blows some offsides where people don't understand. The comic relief here now say, if Justice Nyako start to talk English for UN, I hope say she go remember say the people where they listing no be her orderlies for court, where go they shout court when she enter. For New York, everybody na learned colleague, and they go ask you question until you start to remember what you chop for primary school. We must also consider the political commentators who believe that this might lead to a recommendation for a political solution. If the UN concludes that a fair trial is impossible under the current atmosphere in Nigeria, they might put pressure on the presidency to release Nnamdi Kanu through a noli prosequi or a pardon. This is the hope that is making the Biafran audience celebrate. It's the idea that the Oga at the top for the world level has finally stepped into the ring. This is not just news, it is a shift in the tectonic plates of Nigerian politics. So, as we watch this unfold, we must ask ourselves, is this the beginning of the end for the Kanu legal saga? Will the Nigerian judiciary learn from this international scrutiny? One thing is certain, when a judge of Justice Nyako's stature is called to the UN, the era of doing things the Nigerian way without consequences is coming to an end.
Of course.
We are moving into a time of global accountability. And for the man on the street in Umuahia or the woman in the market in Onitsha, this is the best news they have heard in a very long time. It gives them the feeling that finally somebody is listening to the cry of the common man, and that big man or big woman no pass the law. Make we just the look, because the movie just starts and the popcorn where we dey chop never even finish. Now, for those of you asking why this matters to the average Nigerian who isn't even following the Biafra movement, let's break it down professionally. The integrity of the judiciary affects everything, from your right to own property to how you are treated by the police. If a judge can be manipulated in a high-profile political case, what hope do you have when the local politician tries to take your land? This is why the UN's focus on judicial integrity is a win for everyone. It's about building a system where the law is a shield for the weak, not just a sword for the powerful. You see, for this our country, if you get case for court, you go first go buy prayer point, then you go find lawyer wey no person. But with this UN intervention, maybe, just maybe, we fit reach time where your lawyer only need to know law. Imagine that kind Nigeria, where you go enter court and your heart no go dey beat like drum. Where you know say the judge no get person for phone where they tell am waiting to write. That is the dream. And that is why this Binta Nyako gist dey sweet us for belly. It be like say the breeze don't blow and we don't see the foul nyash. The UN don't open the curtain and waiting day back be something where we need to look well. Stay focused, my people, because the matter still get many chapters. My people, we don't talk, we don't analyze, and we don't look this matter from every side like person where they check if 200 naira note now original or colored photocopy. But as we dey wrap up this movement, I want make we sit down small, make we reason this matter one last time before I let una go. This thing where Justice Binta Nyako dey face for UN headquarters, not be just news we go come pass like rain wey fall for morning and ground dry for afternoon. It get weight, it get meaning, and it get how it take affect you and me for this our country.
Yes, my people, the message is almost at the end. So let me just take a few minutes that remains to round up. For your information, this message is authentic and you can as well verify it from any source you like. Okay. And just a few comments and then we'll round up. There's not much time. Mazi told them that with the true judgment he will win his case because he is not a criminal, according to Cletus. Emma said if this is true news, Nigerian government don't match another Aboki pool. Okay, let me know what you think at the comment section of this video. Like, share, comment and subscribe. Catch you next time.